Far from the bustle of Europe's great capitals lies another kind of magic. Hidden in cobblestone lanes, perched on cliffsides, or nestled beside glassy lakes. These small towns may not boast grand skylines, but they capture something even more powerful. Timeless beauty, authentic charm, and the feeling that you've stepped straight into a fairy tale. Here are 10 of the most beautiful small towns in Europe. Our first stop is a place nestled in the Julian Alps of northwestern Slovenia, the town of Bled. At the heart of Bled lies Lake Bled, a glacial lake whose turquoise waters reflect snow-capped peaks and lush forests. Rising from its centre is Bled Island, home to the Church of the Assumption, a picturesque 17th century Baroque church. Visitors often reach the island aboard traditional wooden pletna boats rowed by local oarsmen who keep this centuries-old tradition alive. Perched dramatically on a rocky cliff 130 metres or 426 feet above the lake is Bled Castle, one of Slovenia's oldest. Dating back to 1011, it offers breathtaking views of the lake and surrounding mountains. Beyond its postcard-perfect scenery, Bled is a gateway to outdoor exploration. Hikers and cyclists enjoy trails around the lake and into Triglav National Park, Slovenia's largest protected area. Bled is truly one of Europe's most beautiful small towns, where every view feels like a painting and every moment feels timeless. From the serene waters of Slovenia, we're hopping over to France. Tucked away in the Alsace region, Colmar is often called one of the most beautiful small towns in Europe. Wandering through Colmar feels like stepping into another era. The old town, with its colourful medieval and Renaissance architecture, is perfectly preserved and brimming with charm. The most famous quarter is La Petite Venise, Little Venice, where pastel-coloured houses line narrow canals crossed by arched stone bridges. The reflections of the timbered facades in the calm water create one of Europe's most iconic postcard scenes. Founded in the 9th century, the town flourished as a trading hub and later became known for its art and wine. Colmar is beautiful year-round, but it transforms with the seasons. In spring and summer, the town bursts with flowers adorning balconies and bridges. Autumn brings golden vineyards and harvest festivals, while winter covers Colmar in sparkling lights and festive cheer. We're going north, way north. We're heading to the Lofoten Islands in Norway, to a tiny fishing village that will absolutely steal your breath away. This is Reine, one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring landscapes. Colourful fishermen's huts, often painted in red, line the shoreline, their reflections shimmering in the Arctic waters. The contrast of vivid houses against snow-dusted peaks and turquoise fjords makes Reine a dream for photographers and travellers alike. Though small, Reine offers a glimpse into authentic Norwegian coastal life. Fishing has been the heartbeat of the village for centuries, particularly the cod trade, which still shapes the rhythms of local life. In summer, the midnight sun bathes the village in golden light that lasts through the night, while in winter the northern lights dance across the skies, turning Reine into a natural theatre of colour. While many small towns in Europe are known for history or architecture, Reine's beauty lies in its raw, untamed landscapes and deep connection to nature. From the cool fjords of the north, we're flying down to the sun-drenched heart of Andalusia, Spain. This is Ronda, and it is a marvel of engineering, history, and sheer human audacity. The town's most striking feature is the El Tajo Gorge, a sheer chasm that splits the town in two. Spanning this dramatic gorge is the Puente Nuevo, or New Bridge, an 18th century stone masterpiece that towers nearly 100 metres or 328 feet above the Guadalquivir River. Founded by the Celts and later shaped by Romans, Moors and Christians, Ronda is a town steeped in history. The old Moorish quarter, La Ciudad, is filled with narrow cobbled streets, elegant mansions and the remains of Arab baths, among the best preserved in Spain. Across the gorge lies the more modern part of town, El Mercadillo, home to lively plazas and the iconic Plaza de Toros, one of Spain's oldest bullrings. Ernest Hemingway and Orson Welles both spent time here, captivated by the town's raw beauty and traditions. Hemingway once wrote that Ronda was the place where you should go if you are ever going to fall in love with Spain. Clinging dramatically to the cliffs of southern Italy's Amalfi coast, Positano is a town that seems sculpted from dreams. What makes the town instantly unforgettable is its unique vertical design. From above, it resembles a cascade of colours, peach, pink, yellow and terracotta facades, stacked against lush cliffs, framed by lemon groves and bougainvillea in bloom. The narrow streets zigzag down to the Spiaggia Grande, Positano's main beach, where fishing boats bob gently on the waves and chic cafes line the waterfront. Though today Positano is known as a glamorous holiday destination, its roots stretch back to the Roman Empire. In medieval times, the town thrived as a maritime power before becoming a humble fishing village, until artists, writers and travellers rediscovered it in the 20th century. While many coastal towns in Europe boast beauty, Positano's allure lies in its perfect balance of natural drama, Mediterranean glamour and timeless romance. On the shores of the Argolic Gulf in the Peloponnese, Nafplio stands as one of Greece's most enchanting small towns. Nafplio is a place where the layers of history remain vividly alive. Once ruled by Venetians and Ottomans, the town bears their imprint in its architecture and fortifications. The Palamidi fortress, perched on a hilltop with 999 stone steps leading up, offers breathtaking views of the Gulf and surrounding mountains. Down by the sea, the tiny Borzi castle, set on a small island, looks like something out of a medieval tale, guarding the harbour with quiet dignity. Nafplio also holds a special place in modern Greek history. It was the first capital of Greece after independence in the 19th century. Its grand squares and stately buildings reflect this short-lived but significant era. The old town is a labyrinth of narrow cobblestone alleys, lined with bougainvillea-draped balconies, colourful Venetian houses, and cosy tavernas spilling out onto lively squares. Unlike some of Greece's busier island destinations, Nafplio offers a slower pace, romantic, welcoming, and deeply atmospheric. Let's travel to the South Bohemia region of the Czech Republic, to a town that is so perfectly preserved, it feels like you've time-travelled back to the Middle Ages. This is Český Krumlov. The crown jewel of the town is its castle complex, one of the largest in Central Europe. Built in the 13th century and expanded over time, the castle boasts Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque architecture. Its iconic tower, painted in pastel hues, dominates the skyline. Adding to the castle's charm are its landscaped gardens and the rare Baroque theatre, one of only a handful of such historic theatres still intact in the world. The old town is a maze of narrow medieval streets filled with artisan shops, galleries and inviting cafes. The Vltava River curves gracefully around the historic centre, with charming bridges offering postcard-worthy perspectives at every turn. Unlike many European towns, it escaped major damage during wars, allowing its architecture and urban design to remain remarkably intact. We're heading to Germany, to Bavaria, to a town that is the definition of picture perfect. This is Rothenburg ober der Tauber, and it is the star of Germany's romantic road. Rothenburg is renowned for its picture-perfect architecture. The pastel-coloured half-timbered houses adorned with flower boxes make every corner a postcard. Perhaps the most photographed spot is the Plon Line, a quaint fork in the road flanked by a narrow yellow house and medieval towers, one of the most iconic images of Germany. The old town is a masterpiece of medieval urban design, largely untouched by the passage of centuries. Surrounded by intact city walls and watchtowers, it invites visitors to wander through winding streets that seem frozen in time. At the heart of it all is the Marktplatz, the town square, where the Gothic town hall and Renaissance buildings stand side by side, evoking centuries of history. Few towns in Europe embody the fairy tale ideal as vividly as Rothenburg ob der Tauber. We are going now to Austria, to what might just be the most beautiful lakeside village in the entire world. This is Hallstatt. The charm of Hallstatt lies in its stunning natural setting combined with centuries of history. The town's houses, many adorned with wooden balconies overflowing with flowers, seem to tumble down the hillside toward the lake. Boats drift gently across the still waters, mirroring the alpine peaks above, while the iconic spire of the evangelical church rises elegantly against the skyline. Hallstatt's beauty is matched by its remarkable past. The area has been inhabited since prehistoric times and is famous for its ancient salt mines, which date back over 7,000 years. In fact, the term Hallstatt culture is used by archaeologists to describe an entire period of early Iron Age civilization. The skywalk viewing platform, perched high above the town, offers a bird's-eye perspective of this lakeside jewel. In winter, snow blankets the rooftops and mountains, turning the town into a magical alpine wonderland. Many towns in Europe boast charm, history, or dramatic scenery, but Hallstatt combines all three in a way few places can match. For our final stop, we are heading to a place of epic, cinematic beauty. Welcome to the Kotor in Montenegro. Kotor's roots stretch back over 2,000 years, shaped by Romans, Byzantines, and Venetians. Its old town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a labyrinth of narrow cobblestone streets, hidden courtyards, and elegant squares. Honey-coloured stone buildings house lively cafes, artisan shops, and centuries-old churches, including the Cathedral of St. Tryphon, a Romanesque masterpiece dating to 1166. What sets Kotor apart is its extraordinary natural backdrop. The town sits at the foot of steep mountains that plunge dramatically into the bay, often called the southernmost fjord in Europe. From the water, Kotor appears as a jewel nestled between cliffs and sea, its terracotta rooftops glowing in the Mediterranean sun. The ancient city walls snake up the mountainside to the San Giovanni fortress. The climb over 1,300 steps rewards with sweeping panoramas of the bay, the old town's rooftops, and the shimmering Adriatic beyond. Kotor is also the gateway to exploring the surrounding bay of Kotor, dotted with charming villages and islands. Highlights include Perched, with its Baroque palaces, and the tiny island of Our Lady of the Rocks, crowned by a picturesque church. Boat trips across the bay reveal the region's full beauty, framed by mountains and sea.